Hi. Um, so this is my video to explain all the comments I was getting on this one video that got, well, right now it has 60 likes. Um, Thank you for that. Um, I'm just starting out and I have dreamed ever since I was a kid to have at least a couple shorts on YouTube and have at least 5 likes on videos, and now I have 60 or 63 on them last I checked, and I was like, I'm not a failure anymore, but still a failure. I'm eating a bagel at 9:30 at night. So yeah, I got my life put together. So anyways, I'll tell the story. I'm just gonna skip right into it. So my little cousins, I was told to watch not my cousins, my little brother and sister. I will use the first letter of their name, the first letter of their name for this video, because I don't want to tell you their real name. So N is my little sister. She's 3 right now. She was 2 at the time. And okay, I'll just call him Kai because there's a billion people called Kai. Kai is, and there's also another C in this. Yeah, I'll just call him Kai. So my five-year-old brother, he was 4 at the time. I am 12 now. This was when I was 11, so not too long ago. So I should be in bed. Don't matter. It's a school night, so I'm gonna try to tell this fast. But I was sitting on the couch and my siblings were having fun on the other couch. My friend texts me for homework answers. And I'm like, oh, I need to help her on this. So she's like a friend for life. So keep her in mind, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. So I actually just got back that morning at like 6 a.m. because I can walk down the road to my friend's house. I've known this girl for 8 years and I am 12 right now. She is a friend for life. So I'm gonna call her A because that's what her name starts with, and she is like my best friend ever. So yeah. So I just got back from her house that morning. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning when this happens, and I think, no, 8, it's 8, and I go to bed for another hour when I get home because I'm tired because I just walked down the road at like 6 in the morning with a bag on my back, because like I've been there for 2 days. I had some stuff in my bag, and she gave me a couple things to take back to my house and decorate my room with. So I did that, and then I got really tired, went back to bed, woke up, and then watched my siblings because my mom is packing to go away for like a week for her job in this, like, out of town, like far out of town. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch the kids. And my bestie A asked me for homework answers, and my cousin, like, why do I keep calling them my cousins? My siblings, my siblings, they are right there, like I can reach my hand out and touch them. So I'm confused why my mother did this. Not really, because she has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And yes, I am safe now. Not really, but I just cry I cry inside every time I see her, and she's like, why are you so depressed? Yeah, story for another time. Anyways, so, sorry if I cry during this. I might not. So anyways, so I can like reach my hand out and touch them, right? So my bestie asked for my homework answers because she doesn't get it. Like, I understand I'm special ed. Again, story from another time why I'm in special ed. It's kind of difficult, and so she doesn't let me love my other family on the other side. That's another problem. This is like, so sorry, I'm getting off track. I have ADHD, I'm sorry. And so anyways, Adrian asked me for homework answers. So I'm like, oh yeah, I got you, bro. But I don't text that, and I'm like, oh crap, because I can see it on my notifications. So I tap on it and it asks for my passcode, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I punch in the 2 numbers on my passcode, and my mom comes through the door of the entryway, and she goes, why are you always on that damn phone? And I'm never usually on my phone. I'm either reading or doing my homework because I don't have much time to myself. I'm either watching the kids, reading, because that's what I like to do in my free time. Like, I like to read about the war and stuff. And I didn't get it. And she was like, why are you always on that damn phone? And she didn't take my phone away. That's a key detail here. So, she comes up to me, she puts, like, you can see one of the videos or two of them, like, a fingernail, like that on my neck, and it's bloody, because I never had the time to wash it for hours on end, and she pushed her, like, cracked, and she pushed her nail, and she had acrylic nails, so it was sharp. That's how it made me bleed, and she pushed it into my neck and was choking me. And then she ripped my hat off my head. You can see it. It says Campobello Fire Rescue. That's where my family is on the other side. I'm half Canadian, the good half. God, I'm starving. Sorry. Anyways. So, she rips these glasses off my head that I have. You can see them in some videos. And, like, I think I'm wearing them in the one where I have the Canadian flag on my back. And she rips those off, rips my hat off, and says, why are you always wearing this damn disgusting hat? Because she hates my dad, and she doesn't want me wearing that hat, but I wear it. I used to wear it just for fun, but now I wear it because of the scar on my head. I still have it. People always told me that it would go away. It's been a year now, and it still has not faded at all. So yeah. And sometimes I cover it up with makeup because I'm kind of ashamed of it. And when I got to school, like, everyone was asking. I'll tell that at the end. But anyways, so I'm, like, trying to get back to Adrian. I never ended up getting back to her until hours on end, like, later. So anyways, I was in the same clothes for like 2 days because I went to my friend's house over the weekend. I went to A's, and her parents love me, so they let me stay. And so I go over to the bathroom because she runs her hand up my hair after giving me this scar, after she chokes me out, pulls my stuff off my head, scratches me with her nails, and then she pulls my hair back like this and drags me to the bathroom, throws me in. I land completely on my face, and I am crying at this point. Not because it hurt, because my mom did that. I never thought she would lay hands on her kid like me, like her firstborn daughter. I'm not her firstborn. I am the middle child. That probably explains it. Kidding. Ooh, I forgot I had these. It's 9 o'clock at night. Sorry, got distracted. I saw Tootsie Rolls on my desk. Anyways, so, come to find out, she had a little spite spell with someone that morning. That's why she was so pissed. And, she throws me into the bathroom, and she tells me to clean myself up, like get a shower and stuff. So I'm crying, I'm sitting on the bathtub, like, holy shit, what am I gonna do? And I'm like bawling my eyes out. And she didn't take my phone away. I realized that, so I take a shower, and she's upstairs at the time, the kids are outside, and I have like my towel wrapped around me, and I put my phone in there and hold it close. And I get downstairs and I go on my contacts list. My first contacts is Gigi, which is my Gigi, like that's what I call her, but I don't know how else to explain it, but she's my Gigi, and that's just something in my family. Like, she's kind of like a grandmother, not really. Okay, my grandmother's husband, Grandpa Rydell, he passed away when I was 2, and his father is married to my Gigi, if that makes any sense. Try to process that. Anyways, so, also, my grandmother, the one I just said, like, not my Gigi, like my actual grandmother, my Nana Lo, she's a key detail here. She's a big part of this too. So I call her and I'm like bawling. I'm like, hey Gigi, like with a shaky voice because I'm like crying my eyes out. And she's like, hey Kay, is everything okay? And I'm like, no, when I start to cry even more, and I start to like make that annoying hic sound, like breathe, and she was like, okay, calm down, what's wrong? Oh, I just killed a fly first try. Never did that before. I killed it with my fingernail. I feel so accomplished. Sorry. Oh, it's blood's everywhere. Anyways, so I call her and I have like a shaky voice and stuff, and she's like, hey, call Nana Low, she can talk to you. I'm like, okay, because I don't want to call the cops, because I didn't think it was acceptable to call the cops on my own mother. And I call Nana Low like 20 minutes later, and I'm like hicking, screaming, and like I'm like scared, and I don't want to call Nana Low. So like I stay on call with her for like another 5 minutes. I'm talking to her. She goes, what happened? I go, Mom just hit me, and like she choked me out, and she threw me in the bathroom. She put a scar on my head, and she told me to send pictures, so I did, and it was dripping down my face. Like it was literally like this part was like dripping down my eye. It looked like I fucking killed someone. Looked like I just went to war. And my neck, this part, I actually did get to clean the stuff off, and but it kept bleeding, but I didn't realize, because it was like, it's out of my sight, like I can't like put my eyes down here or here, so I didn't see it, like, so I got to drip like the dripping parts off, but it was like dripping down my neck and my eye, like it was like that. So anyways, it looks like I'm crying blood at this point. She tells me to send pictures, so I do. And see, I don't realize the blood's going down my face or my neck. I really don't. And I'm wearing a t-shirt at the time, like a low neck, so it's dripping, you can see like off the neck. And so my mom calls me, and I go, I gotta go. My mom just called me, and she goes, okay, Cadence, wipe away your tears and stuff. I'm calling Nana Low. I literally scared the shit out of her that day, and she's been scared the shit of whenever I go home ever since. And so honestly, home doesn't feel like home anymore. At least I have my stepdad. He's really nice. They're probably gonna get a divorce soon though. A story for another time. And so she calls Nana Low and stuff, and I'm outside, and my mom goes, okay, so where's your phone? Like calls from on the deck. I'm down at the lake, like on the dock, because I live at a lake, and the kids are on the dock playing in the water, and sorry, that made no sense, but one kid's on the dock, one kid's in the water, and she goes, Cadence, where's your phone? I go, like a panic, I thought she was gonna take it away and find out, and that I called someone, she was gonna hurt me again. And I go, it's in my room charging. She goes, good. And then she holds up a bathing suit. Hold on, I'll go get it. It's this right here, and it belonged to my stepdad's dead mother. That might sound a little gruesome, but it's pretty cool, and it's actually my favorite, and I sometimes wear it as a shirt, because like it's like one of those tucked in shirts, and I don't need to wear like anything under it, because it holds down the lady parts. So this is what it's like. It's one piece, it zips up, and it goes around your neck. Remember that. So there's that. So she holds that up, and she goes, hey, I found this. She acted like nothing happened. She acted like I wasn't bleeding out, like what she just did. She pretended it didn't happen. And I was kind of broken from that. And she said, hey, Gaines, do you want this swimsuit? I think it would fit you. And I go, yeah, sure. So I go change into it because I'm going in the lake. I never actually did go in the lake. And I went downstairs and I put it on real quick because I asked my brother to watch the kids really quick. And his friend Noah was over, so I asked him to watch them too. There's a bunch of people named Noah, and sorry. Sorry. So I go change, and he goes, okay, just hurry, we're in the middle of like a game, because they were playing games on their phone, and they paused it, and so I'm like, okay, so I go change, and I come back out, I'm wearing jean shorts, and that looks like one of those like turtlenecks with like the cut off sleeves. It's one of my favorite things to wear, and yeah, so now that's like one of my favorite things to wear, that and just some jean shorts. It's really, really cool. But I wasn't wearing jean shorts, sorry. I was wearing jeans. It was the summer, by the way. So yeah, sorry if I mixed it up, but I was wearing ripped jeans, and sorry. So I get changed, I go back over, and then my mom goes to work, like where she's going, and I'm like in my room. I tell the boys to watch the kids for a while, and then I'm on the porch, like where my mom asked if I wanted the bathing suit, but like over in the crevice of it, and I'm leaning against it like this and holding my phone, and I get a call from my Nana Lo, because I'm texting all my family members, hey, can you come pick me up? And my Nana Lo, she calls me and she goes, hey, I heard Gigi just said that you called her crying. And I go, yeah, because my mom just did all this, and this, and I explained it all to her, and then I actually did. And she goes, okay, but she was at work at the time. And she goes, you scared the shit out of me. And I was like, I'm sorry. She goes, don't apologize. I understand. I knew this day would come sometime. I never want to send you back there again. That's every time. And sorry, that's keeping me awake. And yeah, so she like, hey, don't apologize, whatever. And I'm going like inside, and I hang up the phone, we're like, I love you, goodbye, and then I call her, and my mom calls me. Somehow she finds this out. We don't know how. I don't know how still to this day. I don't know how she found out. She goes, hey, and I go, hi, Mom. And I'm in the bathroom at this point, and I don't look in the mirror because like the blood's dripping down my face. She told me to clean it, and I didn't have time, like when she left, and I didn't have time because I was watching the kids. And so she calls me and she's like, hey, Kans, and I'm like, hey. She goes, I found out that you told some people in Campbell what I did. And then it all just went black, and I couldn't hear anymore, and it just like all went fuzzy, and I don't remember anymore, and I'm really sorry. Sorry, my rabbit. Anthony, knock it off. I love you, but you gotta stop it. Sorry. It all went black, and I pulled down the phone, and I just hung up with a terrifying expression, and I just, it was like a horror movie, like the Scream horror movies. You're like, yeah, that's what I was like. And I was scared, and my mom started screaming at me through text. She was like, you answer this goddamn phone. She called me 7 times, and I didn't pick up. She goes, you answer this phone, I'm turning this car around and I'm beating your ass and you might die. So I'm scared at this point. So I'm like, I have no choice. I need to run. And so I went downstairs. I grabbed my bag. This actually belonged to my stepdad's dead mom. Again. Yeah, my satchel, it's at my friend's house right now, so I can't show you it. But it's a leather satchel. And I grabbed my chargers, I stuffed it in there, and I grabbed all my bandanas that my friends have given me. So I have like a lot of bandanas. Hold on, I want to show you them. Like, I have a slight addiction. Hold on. I have a slight addiction. Hold on, I gotta turn on my lights. Sorry if my roof is my ceiling. That's the so This is all on. I have 11 there, and some are in my 6 are in my closet. I usually wear one around my neck, but I had to cut it off because I puked and I couldn't take it off. It was too tight around my neck, and my dog has one and I have one we usually wear, so I need to get a new one, but I only wear a camouflage one and I don't have it on me, so I don't have another one on me. I usually have spares, but I don't this time. So anyways, so I grab my bandanas, two of my bandanas that my friends have given me. Sorry, I'm trying to sit back at my stand. So my friend gave me a red one, and my dog has a camouflage one, which I was wearing at the time, and remember that because that comes in handy. So I stuffed those two bandanas in my bag, grabbed my chargers, grabbed my headphones, because I know I'm gonna need them if I had to call someone privately. So I grabbed my headphones, I grabbed my phone, I grabbed everything, and I'm out the door. I just like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for a little bit, and I book out the door for my brothers and my friend, and my brother's friend could say anything, and the kids, I was like, hey kids, I love you. I gave them a hug, pulled them close to my chest, and I was like, I love you so much, and go down with the boys. And I never told them where I was going, and then I put the satchel around my waist. I was holding it like this, and I booked it out the door. I didn't actually do so my dog was laying by the door, and I hugged him, and I said, I love you, Bodhi. Don't you ever forget that. And I booked it out the door crying of that, because I didn't want to leave my dog, but I couldn't take him with me. So I booked it out the door, and give me a minute, I gotta go shut my light off. And I booked it out the door. I ran up the road to my friend's house, A's, and I ran to A's, and I have my mask over my mouth, and the blood is like streaming down. See, I don't notice this. The blood's streaming down my neck and my thing, but you can't see the neck one because my shirt is now like one of those turtlenecks because I was wearing the swimsuit, and it's like dripping down my face like this. It wasn't like on my eye, but it was like smeared on my eye a little bit because like my dog like put his paw on my face, and no, sorry. No, it wasn't my dog. That was another thing. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. My sister touched it and smeared it. Anyways. So I'm like running to A's house. I have my mask over my face, have my hair over my eyes like this, so no one can see it, like past cars, like passing cars, so they don't pull over and like, hey, do you need a ride and take me to an orphanage? So I didn't want any attention drawn, so I just like covered it up, and I get to my friend's house. Another girl's there. Keep that in mind. Keep a lot of things in mind, sorry. I don't want you to forget, because this is like a really weird story. So, she has Gavin, which we're gonna call Barry, because that's, yeah, I'm just gonna call him Barry. So A's brother and another girl's there. She has a girlfriend. Like an emo girlfriend who drives a golf cart. Yes, that is also a key detail here for like a couple minutes. And so yeah, sorry. So I get to my friend's house, I pull down my mask, and I tell her, I said, I don't want to go home, and tears streaming down my face, blood streaming down my entire body, and like that, and it's streaming down my face, and it's streaming down my neck, and I pull down my mask, and I go, Adrian, sorry, I'm gonna say her name, I don't want to go home. She goes, Kins, what happened? And I go, I don't want to go home. See, I was so broken of it, I couldn't even tell her. I couldn't tell her, and I ended up telling them later on, and this girl, the girl that was there, I don't know her. So Gavin, it just says name. There's a bunch of people named Gavin, okay? Barry is Gavin, okay? There's 2 Gavins in my school, but only one is her brother, and that's Gavin. So Gavin is like going, like, he's playing basketball, and Adrian was playing basketball too, but she stopped. And Gavin didn't see, and he looked over at me and he said, no exaggeration, this is what he did. He said, "What the fuck happened to you?" And I go, "I can't tell you that." And Adrian has her hands on my shoulders. She's like, "Haynes, what happened?" She's shorter than me, so she's looking up at me. She was like, "Haynes, what happened? Please tell me." And I go, "I'll tell you later." And I'm like, I'm looking down. I'm like scared to go home because I don't want to. And a bunch of people are texting me, "Hey, Case, come home. You can't leave." Like, Noah has a girlfriend, Jay, and she was supposed to go there and watch the kids, so I would watch the kids until she got there. No, I left, and she goes, "Hey, you gotta come home and then you can go to your friend's house." I was like, "That's not why I'm here." See, Noah didn't know what was going on. Grady didn't know what was going on, and they still don't know this has happened because my brother is away at a substance abuse camp. He will be mentioned in a later video that I have found in one of my old camera rolls. It was we were recreating a Minecraft thing, and it was made in 2021. Yeah, so anyways, I'm like dozed, and this girl that was there that I don't know, she was like, "I can beat your ass." And I'm like, "Listen, I'm not in the goddamn mood. I have blood streaming down my face." And she goes, "Does it look like I care? Does it?" And I go, "I never asked you to care. I'm asking you to leave me alone." She was like, "Whatever." She was a bitch. She was very much a bitch. Excuse my mouth. But her girlfriend pulls up in this fucking pink golf cart for some reason. And, yeah. So their parents are not home. So Adrian's like, "Hey, kids, you can't be here," because there's a rule in her house that the people can't be there. This doesn't just go for me. This goes for everyone. Sorry, I'm crying. There's a rule that people can't be there when their parents aren't home. So, she said, "Hey, kids, you can go lay in the barn," because she owns a barn with horses. And, she goes, "Hey, you can go visit Buttermilk for a while." Buttermilk is, the horse. She recently got put down, but she was the horse that Adrian gave. She didn't give it to me, but she said that could be my horse. Like, I could love her and care for her like she was my horse, but she would keep her there. And I was like, yes, I would love that. And she had a horse, Mercedes. She has brown hair. I have dirty blonde hair. Buttermilk had white and brown hair, while Mercedes had brown hair, like and we called it friendship, like an ultimate friendship. And we used to do this because Buttermilk and Mercedes were best friends as long as we were best friends. Like, they've been best friends ever since they were born. Buttermilk's in a better place now, though. So she was like, "Hey, you can go visit Buttermilk for a while if you want." And I was like, "I can't. I don't want to. What if she goes in there, then I can't go away and everything?" So I'm like crying at this point. And then her girlfriend shows up in this pink golf cart. She's like, "Get in." And I wouldn't be left alone in the house alone because Adrian's going with them. So I'm like, "Hey, I need to come with you guys." So all 3 of us are piled on the back of this golf cart while this girl and her girlfriend are in those seats, in the front seats. And Gavin is like bouncing the basketball. He gets off a couple times to go get it, and then runs back on and jumps on. Then we get there, and all this stuff's happening. Like, we go a couple places. Me and Adrian walk for a little bit, and Mind you, she still doesn't know what's going on. I say her name. I'll just call her name. I'll just call her name for the rest of this. So Adrian, just, yeah. Yeah. She just doesn't know. We get back on the golf cart, and then these girls say I can't get on. They say I can't get on. And I'm like, dude, you brought me here, why can't you just take me back? Yeah, and they were going down this other trail to their grandmother's camp, and it's like 2 miles long. So they told me to run beside them. I was like, I can't run for 2 miles at the same pace as fast as it goes. Go-kart can go, like as fast as it can go. And they're like, well, that sucks, and then they just go. Adrian's like, hey, you should probably stop for her. And they're like, come on, we'll go back. It's fine. See, I don't know where I'm going, because I'm not usually at the campground. Because I've never been in that situation. So I somehow get back to the beginning of where you get into the campground, and I walk all the way back to Adrian's house, and I'm just sitting there for a whole 2 hours until Chrissy, so my phone's charging by their punching bag, and I'm like texting Matt's like on the phone. He's like, Kaden's come home right now. I'm like, I'm sorry. I kept saying sorry, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't. And he doesn't know what's going on. See, I texted Matt before, like when I was in the bathroom. And I sent him a picture. And he goes, oh, cool. Because he was just looking at the bathing suit. He thought I meant the bathing suit. I was like, no, zoom into my forehead. And he was like, oh, what happened? I told him. He was like, oh, well, what'd you do? And I was like, I didn't do anything. I didn't. Well, I don't think I did. And, anyways, so I get back in Chrissy, her mom, mom, she comes in the door with a bag. She looks over at me and she goes, Cadence, what are you doing here? And she goes, oh my God, Cadence, what are you doing here? Why do you have blood on your face? And I'm like, oh my, I explained it all to her, because she's like my mom. She's like the mom I never had. Like, even before this happened, my mom was still a psycho. There's a couple times when she pulled my hair, but that was the bare minimum. So, I tell her everything. She was like, okay, you are free to come here whenever you need to if something like that happens, okay? I'm like, thank you. And, T, which is her dad, I'm gonna call her that, because I already said almost all her family's names. Well, one's made up, but whatever. So, T comes through the door and he's like, hey, Cadence, and I explained to him, because, yeah, I'm helping putting all the groceries away, I'm helping doing the dishes, and then they go, well, where are they? And I go, well, they went to the campground and left me completely. And they were like, what? See, when I was walking back, I had to put my mask back up, because I didn't want to draw attention. I had my hair over my eyes again, because I still didn't realize I had blood streaming down my face. And she goes, hey, kids, you should probably go clean up your face. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And she goes, here. And shows me the blood. It's like a little dried up, but it's still on her hand. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm bleeding. And I peel some of the dried blood off, and I'm like, I start to cry because it hurts. Like, I don't realize I'm crying. Like, it just, like, hurts. And I start to cry a little bit. You know, like when your eyes are dry, when you first wake up, and you look at your phone, and you start to cry? Yeah, that's what happens to me. And, in this situation, and I'm like, oh crap, so I go wash the blood off. And this still keeps bleeding, just not as much. So it's still red, as you can see in the photos. Like, the blood down here is smeared, but I clean it up. Because I keep, like, digging at it like that. finally Adrian gets back, and this guy, a family friend of theirs, of T, they've been kids, like, they're childhood friends, and he comes up. I explained it all to him, because he's also like a family friend to me, but he's not a friend to my family. So I'm glad I have people to go to, and I told Richard, sorry, why did I say Richie? Richard, all this, and he goes, "Oh, you're not lying," and I go, "No, I'm not lying. Have you seen the scars? Do you see this?" And he goes, "Yes, I see it, honey." But see, he calls me like honey and stuff. He's like, "Yes, I see it, sweetheart." But like, sometimes like you like don't look people in the eye, and sometimes you fiddle with your hands or something. So like, I just wanted to make sure you weren't lying. And I go, "Dude, I literally have proof on my body." And he goes, "Yes, I'm sorry for even saying that." And I go, "Thank you." And then I'm like outside parents, I'm explaining it to Adrian, and my Aunt Natasha, she's like, "Hey, go to the end of your road. I'm about to pick you up." So like I have an hour, and my best friend gives me a sweatshirt. She's like, "Hey, you're in like really bad clothes," and it starts to rain. It's like raining in this hour, and she gives me a sweatshirt of our school. And I walk to the end of the road. I'm waiting there for Natasha, and Matt tells me to give my phone to Chrissy so he can get it later. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And because I need my phone to somehow like stay in contact, because I know I'm going there for the whole summer. So I go there, and my Aunt Natasha finally picks me up. She goes, "Hey, I had a date today, but now I'm saving kids." She like found that out in the car. She was like, "Oh shit, I had a date today," and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!" Me and her were laughing in the car, but she literally had a date and forgot about it, and she was saving my ass from her own sister. So there's that. I get to Canada, and Chrissy calls me, and he goes, "Hey, you were supposed to leave your phone here," and I go, "Oh well, that sucks." And I get there, I call Adrian, she makes sure I'm okay. All this goes on. And, yeah. I have the scar my grandmother gives. I go to my grandmother's, and I have, like, the scar still on my head. She, like, looks at it, and she puts some stuff on it. She puts some stuff right here. I show her that, and she's like, "Holy shit." I went to go visit my Gigi. She literally ran up to me and hugged me. She was like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy you're okay." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And so I'm staying there for like the whole summer. My mom has been texting me a couple times. This is one that got me really mad. She was like, "Hey, I texted your brother, I texted your dad. No one's answering me." And I go, "Well, I don't know what to tell you." Not to be mean. Not what she did, I just didn't know what to say to her. And I was at the store, like this convenience store on the island. And I was like, I just got out of it for like snacks for my cousin S. And I'm gonna call him Jay because that's his middle name. Anyway, so I just got snacks for my little cousin Jay, and I walk back, and I don't know what to tell her, so I'm just like, "Well, I don't know why you texted me. I don't know really what to tell you." And she goes, "Well," I was like, "Sorry, I didn't mean that in a mean way. Just said it really. Didn't mean to come out that way." And she was like, "Yeah, work on that while you're there." I'm sorry, you're the one that gave me a 2-inch scar on my head. Maybe you should work on that. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. Me and Adrian still joke about it sometimes. It still hurts. I have people now, so see ya.